Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to another video, and figured I should check in. It's been a couple of weeks, so my apologies for that. I am doing my best. I hope you guys had a great weekend. It is February 1st, and crazy that we're already into the second month. For me, it's felt weird this past month because 10 years I have been doing nonstop content, which has always included daily streams, and I've cut the streams out lately, and it's been really weird to not be live, and I've missed it, but I'm doing good on what I'm trying to accomplish. Removing streams was what needed to be done. That has been very much proven to me this month. I've gotten a lot accomplished. So while I miss it, I know it's just what we need right now. But I have been, I have been planning some streams, I just don't know when they're gonna happen, but I do want to just go live and say hi to everyone. And yeah, I do very much miss being live. It's a weird because I find that quitting, not really quitting, but even remotely changing content even a bit, like I could go change a whole career in the everyday world easier than I can change the content schedule. The content schedule, it's like you go to a job, you got what, like 10 people, maybe 20, depending on how big the business is, that rely on you. But when you do content, you have thousands. Well, it depends how big of a content creator you are, but you have thousands to millions of people. Now, I don't have millions, but I do have thousands, the YouTube channel, not this one's still growing, but my main one is over 4,000, and a good portion of that number is actual repeat people, people that come in. I have a pretty good percentage when it comes to that. There are a lot of channels that have like a lot of followers, but not many keep coming back, and my main channel, a lot of them do. Yeah, I see them in comments all the time on my videos. So yeah, it's weird, it's YouTube wise, I have not slowed down. Actually, I've sped up in a sense, because due to not streaming, I have more time to edit. And that's after, because for those that are maybe just walking into this video and maybe you're wondering why I would kind of, halt streams after 10 years. Anyone in their right mind would do it, but I'm a crazy person. I would have never done it without a very good reason. I am that person that will forever stream to a small crowd. But my fitness was the reason. And so yeah, and I'll talk a little bit on that in a moment. But yeah, even after, like, with streams removed right now, I am able to fit all my fitness stuff in, which is hours, right? That's why I had to remove streams, because I more or less do a desk job now. I'm not working warehouse anymore. So I don't get natural steps in. And I'm also very committed. That's why I removed the streams. Temporarily, guys, but that's why I removed them, because I am not just some person that wants to exercise for like an hour a day. I'm going crazy, with exercise. I want a good result at the end of this year, and And the only way to do that was to take it really seriously. And so I have been. You know, we're in my watch right now, so I can kind of let you know. Let me go grab my phone actually. Okay, so I got my phone, and let's get kind of on one side of the camera right now. We're just gonna sneak ourselves over here because I'm gonna put a little picture here for you guys. Okay, so here is how my January went. So the goal is every day. I do my best to go every day, but as you can see, there were a couple of, you know, no exercise days. It was Animal Crossing that got in the way there. Animal Crossing, I had access to it, as everyone did, on the 13th, which was actually early. But on the 13th, we were able to play it. And I'm like, okay, you know, we can't let a game interfere in our exercise. We won't play it. And I didn't. I didn't play it right when it came out. And then the weekend came and I just really wanted to play it. Yeah. So as you can see, those full circles, when it is absolutely full, that means that at minimum, I burnt 700 calories. I stood up for at least a minute, at least 8 times every day. And then, so red circle is the 700 calories. Green circle is at least 30 minutes of exercise. And the blue circle is standing, which I have set to 8. So that's 8 times that I stood up for at least a minute. The green and the blue, they're pretty easy for me to get because I'm working out every day, right? Yeah, the 700 calories, that takes some serious effort. It takes me, I would say, a few hours to get the 700 calories accomplished. Basically, I'm not going to go too much into it because I did a video telling you guys what my plan was this year, so I don't want to like repeat myself too much. But I just thought I would show you the progress of this first month. And if you guys are interested in me keeping you up to date on it, let me know. I never know what you guys want on this channel, so I just kind of do whatever. But if no one strikes an interest, I'll probably just let you guys know halfway through the year, you know, give it a 6-month thing rather than the end of each month. But, you know, let me know if that's something you want to see. But yeah, that is how we've been doing so far. And yeah, so when you see them all full, that means I fully completed. A lot of the time I actually burn 800 calories because I'll intentionally do the 700, and then usually I just accumulate like 100 extra before midnight hits. And yeah, but you can see in here that the 16th must have been when I started playing my Animal Crossing update. And hold on, I accidentally backed out. And then the 21st, we almost accomplished everything. I remember that day too. I got home from work and I just didn't feel like doing the last bit on the treadmill. We were so damn close. Yeah, that day I'll click on it. That day we were 613 over 700 calories. So yeah, we were really close. It would have only taken like 10 minutes to polish it off, but so yeah, you can see from, we'll say the 16th to the 25th, we kind of halted. Yeah. the 24th, you can see I wasn't even wearing the watch. Like when you can't see any lines whatsoever, that's what that means. If it's like completely grayed out, it means my watch is on the charger that entire day. Yeah. So, yeah, today was a skip as well. I did, you know, I didn't do like a cheap meal or anything. I ate healthy still today, but I didn't want to skip out on you guys getting this video, and yeah, time is escaping us today a bit. So so I just figured, you know what, most days we get it done. We can hold off a day. So I wasn't quite back on a huge streak, because as you can see in here, you can see from January 1st, the first day of the new year, we went ham on this exercise, right? We were accomplishing all the goals, or I'll say I know I say we a lot. I was accomplishing all the goals for 15 days straight. We had a 15-day streak happening there. And I was a little bummed out with myself to ruin that, you know, to put a halt to that. But I thought that was really good for the first month, to have the first 15 days nonstop, every goal accomplished. Yeah. So yeah, we did really good there. And I didn't mean to take like a week break after that, but it happened. You know, I started playing the Animal Crossing update, and then I started doing a bunch of videos for it. And yeah, normally, like lately, I've just been kind of editing what I can after the workout is done. So normally I don't take breaks to edit, you know, like usually I will just, you know, if I can't post a video that day, I post it the next day instead. And yeah, so we were back on a streak. 6 days I had done in a row afterwards. And then today we took a break. Yeah. So I only take breaks if I feel I have to, right? Today I was hanging out with my friends, so that's why I took the break. Like, I won't just be like, let's take a break today. It will be, do I have time to get everything done and my exercise? No, I don't. Okay. You know, we've been going straight for a bit. We'll take a break. You know, like that's how it usually works. But so, you know, so down the road when I show you February, you will see that today's was not done. But I think that was really good for the first month. And that is, you know, preferably with less breaks for the remainder months. But that is more or less how I want the months to look all year, you know? So yeah, and it's a lot of work when you are, you know, all my hobbies involve sitting, right? I love gaming, I love streaming, I'm a content creator, I post videos, which requires me sitting in a chair to record them, sit in a chair to edit them. It is tough when the things you like to do, equal you sitting in a chair. So I feel pretty good that, you know, I feel like I've really been accomplishing stuff. Unfortunately, I had to remove streams to accomplish that because the exercise gets done in the evening. That's why, for anyone that was wondering, you know, because I've had some messages since. You know, people are wondering, are you coming back? You know, what's going on? And you know, and the thing is, well, I'm not gone. That's the first thing to know. I'm not forever gone. I'm just doing stuff. I will be back. But like, I'm not going to want to come back full time, because at least not while I am doing my goals. There's a set amount that I would like to lose. I also want to try to flatten my tummy this year. In all honesty, which is not going to sound great here, but in all honesty, I think we need the year. Yeah, I think we need the full year. I think the amount of weight that I want to lose is probably going to take me 6 months, and then I'm going to need the other 6 months to flatten the tummy. Now, we can still do some streams in between. I can always take a break here and there. We don't need to we don't need to every single day for the rest of the year be doing all the workouts. I want majority, right? That's the goal. And then, if a break happens, whatever, we're okay. But yeah, that is the goal. And it's been working really good this month. So of course I don't want to screw it all up by going back to streams, but I don't want to not stream either. So we will have some come up. I just don't know when. I always schedule them. So for those that are on this channel that also, follow the stream channels, they'll be scheduled. The major channel to look out for is on the main channel, the stream section. Yeah, if I plan on streaming, there will be a scheduled stream in there. And I'm not sure what the plan is for this month. But we'll see. We'll see. Yeah. Right now I'm kind of content in what I'm doing. So I'm hoping that people just have patience while, because directly right now, as far as not even talking exercise, just talking edits and stuff, it is allowing me time to catch up Hogwarts Legacy on the channel. That's the main thing I've been uploading right now. So I did our week of Animal Crossing on the channel, and then Hogwarts, and I think I'll probably need all of February to finish up Hogwarts, and then I think it'll actually be all uploaded by then. And then we had been playing another Crab's Treasure a while back. I want to finish that next, so I was thinking that'd probably be March's stuff. And then maybe by then we're ready to do a stream, yeah, the reality is I'm very behind in editing, because we were streaming every day for many, many hours, And I know I tend to talk about all my channels on this channel, but this is my vlog channel, right? I just kind of talk to you guys about everything that's going on, and content's a big thing in my life, right? So yeah. So I think it just works really well right now because of the fact that I was behind in editing, and it's allowing me time to catch up on that. If you do watch all my content though, keep an eye out soon on the main channel, because my 10-year is coming up, and I do plan on doing a video for that. So the main channel will have a more special video happening in a couple of weeks. And yeah. Here is, so I'll tell you, I wrote down kind of my results for this month for the workouts. So just for those that are maybe curious, I know people are, people tend to be curious of how much weight was lost and all that. So again, we'll pop it back up so you can kind of see them in the weeks. Okay, so technically there's 5 weeks for this one. So on week 1 of January, I lost 3 pounds. And then week 2, I lost 4 pounds. So I was really happy with the first couple of weeks, honestly, because that was 7 pounds lost in half a month. So that was really good. Week 3, it was only 1 pound of lost. And then week 4, I gained because I stopped the workouts. I imagine that's why anyway, because I wasn't, food's never really the reason. One thing I've noticed is that even if I don't eat like super healthy, I'm still under my calories, I'm still under my carbs. Honestly, I don't think there's many days in my life, even when I was not tracking and not paying attention, that I would have went over, because I'm a 1 meal a day. I have been since I was 13 years old. It is, I was always skinny, so like it was never, I never intentionally ate 1 meal a day. It's just what my body got used to because I was too lazy to make my own, my own breakfast and lunch when I was a kid. My dad was a cop, so he was never around. So that's where that comes from. Nowadays people use it as a diet method, but like my body's been used to it for 30 years now. So yeah, it's usually the stop moving that does it for me. That's how I ended up putting pounds on. I was never a person that really gained. I would either lose or maintain, but I'd never gain weight because I ate once a day. And even then, like I wasn't eating healthy food. I was like living off of pasta and all that shit. And then week 5, which is, at least we ended the month really good, right? So there was 6 days, nonstop there. And we just maintained. Yeah, there was no gain, no loss. I'm a little bummed out that there wasn't a loss. One thing I've noticed that is, I've always known that you can't rely on the scale like too much, but I wish you could rely on it a little more than you can, Yeah, I feel like we should have lost, but but that's okay. That's okay. But nonetheless, we'll be starting February lighter than when we started January, so to me that's a win. That was the progress of January. And one of the reasons why I thought of maybe doing a monthly update on this, but again, I don't know if that's something you guys want to see, or I don't know. So I'm iffy on if we do that yet. But one of the reasons that I thought it would be cool to do it is because I could talk about all the things I watch at the same time. Because a good portion of my exercise is my walks. I do a workout before I start doing the walking. So that's why we're losing, because I'm not just walking. I'm doing a good chunk of cardio. I'm also doing some weights and yeah. So there is workouts. I do a workout in the morning, and it's usually like 30 to 60 minutes. And then in the evening, I do the walk. And the walk is the major part, because generally my workout burns like 200 to 300 calories. So it burns a good chunk of calories, but our goal is 700. So we typically still have 400 calories to burn, and that's what I do with the walking. So the walking is a good chunk of walking. It takes a bit to burn 400 calories through walking, even with me doing a decent speed. So So that's where the movies come in. So I usually, last year when I was doing it, I was watching a lot of stuff from like Netflix and Prime and all that. And then you might remember that at the end of last year, if you watch my videos consistently, I guess, I had bought a portable DVD player. So now I've been using that. But I do still have my moments where I have the walking pad kind of like, well, you can't really see, but my computer is this way, and that's where the Blu-ray player is. Although I did buy a Blu-ray player last year as well for my TV area. But you can't really see this TV. Like, I can't get the... I'm in a pretty packed room, so there's only limited places I can put the treadmill. So generally, I'll take a picture of, well, I don't know if, because I gotta post this today. And when I do like the full workout video, I'll let you guys know. But let's just say, treadmill here, go in that direction. That's my portable my portable DVD player. It doesn't play Blu-ray. It is only regular DVDs. So if I'm watching a regular DVD, I have the treadmill that way, which is convenient because I don't have to move the standing desk then. It's against the wall, and it's the most convenient. My goal is to eventually get a portable DVD player that can do Blu-ray. So since that one can't, that doesn't mean I don't have a Blu-ray player. I actually have 3, because I have the one that I intentionally bought for the TV, and that's just for me to watch some Blu-ray when I go to bed or whatnot. And then it's my consoles. Yeah, so there's times where I'll have the treadmill more like in this direction, because my computer is that way. And I'll plug in, lately it's been the PlayStation. So I'll plug in my PS4, and that I still use that as a Blu-ray player. And so point of this long ass point of this is that this week that we are about to enter, I will be finishing my binge of Terminator. So this is what I've been watching. So it's all 6. It shows them on there. So that is, if, in case you were curious what I'll be exercising to this week, that's what we're exercising to. I've already started. So yesterday I had finished Terminator 2, which, don't be surprised if you see a video on the channel involving that movie at some point. I love that movie so much. It is my favorite Terminator movie. Don't get me wrong. I love the first as well. The first is a classic, but man, Terminator 2 is it, like, they were so ahead of the game when they made Terminator 2, right? Like, the technology out there, like, yeah, I think people tend to forget how old T2 is, and it's just crazy. It's just crazy. I will probably do a video on T2 one of these days, because I love that. I love that movie so much. Yeah. But yeah, so that's what I watched last night. And tomorrow I'm gonna I gotta finish watching the special features to it, because the special features attached to Terminator 2 it's like longer than the fucking movie. So I ended up wanting to do some other stuff, and and my exercise was done. And like I said, it's a whole hookup to have the treadmill facing there, and yeah. So I still I'll be starting tomorrow's workout with watching the rest of T2's special features, and then we'll watch the third one, which I also love. Yeah. But yeah, I think I want to buy the Sarah Connor Chronicles on Blu-ray as well. It's just too bad that show didn't really run for very long, right? I think it was like 2 seasons if I remember. But yeah, I think that might be my next purchase is the Sarah Connor Chronicles. And yeah, yeah. I get in these modes. You guys might remember that I had asked you guys recommendations. I have a video coming up. I have not forgotten about that video, guys. So if you're sitting there wondering, well, I wonder if she watched my recommendation yet. A couple I have to go purchase, you know, because I'm a collector, right? I like buying things. So yeah, it's like some of your recommendations I could have easily gone onto a streaming service or torrented or whatnot. But I've found them all. And, you know, aside from, you know, one of the recommendations was Lord of the Rings. I binged that every year, so that was watched last year. But my plan is, what I'd like to do is in March, I would like to watch all those recommendations, and then I'm gonna do a video on them talking about all those. So if you're patient, just wait it out another month, and then I'll have all those recommendations watched. That's a little update on me this month. I've been busy, work, exercise, we're editing videos, yeah. But I feel better. Eventually I will show off the evidence of stuff. But right now, the only person that can tell is me. So my plan is to show it off at the end of the year. I think it'll be a lot more visible of a notice. There's I'll look in the mirror and I'll be like, yeah, I think I look, this shirt's fitting better today. It looks better on me today. But then there's other times where I'm like, am I imagining that? Because the scale doesn't say it's that much of a change. And because I don't trust the scale a whole lot, I measure. And I did remeasure, and the measurements are exactly the same. So sometimes I'm like, am I just thinking we look better today? But yeah, so because of that, I'm not going to be that person, because we've seen it probably, well, if you watch videos on like weight loss and stuff, I'm sure you've seen those videos where they do a side by side and you can barely, you can't tell, like you're wondering which one's the before and which one's the after, Yeah. So, and I don't want to do that to you guys. I would rather you have like a more, a better picture. And the nice part is you guys have been watching me for 10 years, so you know damn straight it's me, right? I feel like a lot of the time when you see a video like that, and it is a significant difference, it's like you can't even believe it's the same person because they look so fucking different, right? The good part is you guys have seen my different look. And if you are new and you haven't, banner. That's how I looked when I first started content. Yeah. So yeah, that's the nice part of 10 years is that like I'm not gonna look any different than you guys know me to look. I'll just look different than this. But realistically, if I accomplish everything I'm trying to accomplish, we will just look like we did 10 years ago. But yeah. Anyway, let me know in the comments what you guys have been up to this month. And yeah. And I think that's all I got to say. February, do I have anything really? Well, I'll be back next week. Well, you know, let's say 50-50 chance I'm back next week. Heads or tails, guys. But I will try to be back next week. And yeah, I don't have much planned for February. You know, like fitness is really my big thing going on right now. It's my big focus. And as far as gaming, for those that don't know, I'm kind of done making WoW content. You know, it's something I'm gonna talk about on the main channel in a couple of weeks. But for those that are over here that are from there, well, this is one of the perks, is that sometimes you get early info by watching a video that has nothing to do with it, but I happen to randomly mention something about it. So, you know, spoiler alert, kind of done making the content. It's not that I hate WoW now or anything. I love WoW. I will always love World of Warcraft. It will always be my favorite game, the game that held on to my attention the longest. But as you guys also know, I've been playing other games and I'm done juggling it. That's really what it is. I just don't want to juggle it with WoW anymore. I just want to be able to play a game and not spend 6 months trying to complete it because I'm always going back to WoW for, you know, this and that, and there's so much FOMO crap that brings you, like, I'd love to say it's just for raiding and all that, but there are times where you're kind of good on the raids and all that, but you get brought back anyway for random shit, and I'm not really into the player housing for WoW, which is hilarious because I play a lot of games that are player housing, but I just don't care when it comes to my MMO. You know, like if I want to play a player housing game, I play Animal Crossing or, you know, games that are designed for that. So with all that said, I have no hype for Midnight. It is bought, and I just more or less decided that I was gonna write off the purchase. You know, it is, I've paid for Midnight. I can't refund it. You know, I've taken advantage of perks that came with it. So yeah, I also have my sub that is still going until May. So I am kind of, you know, I'm ripping it with a lot of sub time and a new expansion bought, basically. But I'm okay with it. You know, I decided I'm gonna more or less write it off, and I just wanna play some new games, you know, and some old games. You know, I just want to complete stuff. And as much as I love WoW and all that, I'm tired of playing a game you can never complete. You know, even if you complete it one patch, the next patch shows up and you're back to having to complete it. I want to finish, I want to play games that I can start, finish, and then move on to the next game. You know, I want to get a bunch of stories, and there's a lot I want to play right now. And yeah, we have our year kind of planned out without WoW even really being in there at all. Now, I'm not gonna go and say this is a quit or anything. I don't know what my plan is, but I did treat it as one. I more or less ripped the guild. I think, people that really knew me knew I was going down with that ship. And, WoW has always been very important to me, and so has the guild. And I demolished it. Yeah, I am the only person in the guild now. And I did that because I don't actually plan on coming back. But who knows what happens in the future? But the main reason for that was to ensure that if I do come back, say in a couple of years or something, my guild's still there. I haven't lost it to some random person in the guild. And that was my thought process during that. So if you were in the guild and you're wondering what the hell, yeah, you know, that's basically what happened there. And yeah, and I think it's a great time for everything, right? One of the greatest parts of sneaking the fitness in and all that is the fact that, like, WoW just isn't interesting me very much right now. And great time to work on other things that will increase my health and make me live longer, Yeah, so yeah. So that's all I'm gonna say on that. If you do follow my content, I will have more about that over on the main channel. I was gonna talk about it in my anniversary video, so that's when you can expect it, and that video will post on the 10th. So that's, if you're curious and you're wondering, there's all the details there. That's when that video will post. So yeah, that's my plan, my plan for February and many months, but February's plan, we're gonna continue doing what we're doing with the fitness. I am gonna finish watching my Terminator with special features and all. We're probably looking at a couple of weeks. But to get the rest done, because I don't always, sometimes I'll make it through a full movie with my walks, but not always. And then the special features are like the length of a movie for the most part. So yeah. But yeah, so let's say at minimum, it's gonna take me all of this next week to watch this. But it is possible that we still have special features being watched in the week after. And then I'm going to start watching some romantic stuff. I'm going to look through my list. I don't have a whole lot of chick flicks because I'm an action person, as you might have noticed, like Terminator, Lord of the Rings, Aliens. I just recently binged Matrix not too long ago, and like, I'm an action girl. I like action movies, action and horror. So there isn't a whole lot of chick flicks, but there is some. I do have a few that I like, and yeah. So I'll probably have a video. I'll probably do a video on that, maybe for Valentine's Day or something, show off all the romantic comedies. I'll get them watched before Valentine's Day so I can give you guys some date ideas. So I am going to end this. It is, what time is it? It is almost 10. I'm going to go edit this video and get it on the channel before midnight. And yeah, so my apologies for being a late upload. Yeah, but it'll be there. And I hope you had a great January, a great start to the New Year's. And yeah, let me know what you've been up to. Leave a comment. Let me know what you've been up to this past week. And yeah. And also let me know if you want like more more exercise updates, I can give those. The thing with me is if someone doesn't tell me they actually want them, then I'll give the updates whenever the fuck I feel like it. But if you tell me, I'll give you more of a monthly update, right? So that's the way to see it. So if if you're shy and you don't want to comment, but you want like exercise updates, don't worry, you'll get them. You just won't get them monthly, probably. It'll all come down to what is my video idea for that week. If it's nothing, then chances are I'll do an exercise update video. Yeah, so I do tend to use them as fill-in weeks. But yeah. And yeah, so that's how that one will work. I'm gonna go. Have a great first week of February, and I think the new Neo comes out this week. Yeah, or is it next week? I will not be playing it, not because I don't want to, but because it's Neo 3, and I bought the first Neo and I still haven't played it. So and no, we're not talking about Matrix. We're talking NIOH. just adding that in because I did make a little, short comment of how I binged that the other day or the other month. But yeah, so that one I won't be, that one's actually expensive anyway. I'm kind of glad I'm behind because that's 90 Canadian dollars to buy Neo 3. I find all the games are getting pricey now. Yeah, they are all getting kind of crazy. I'm glad I'm a bargain shopper, and I'm also glad that I don't have people that like request too many games. In stream we had a thing where people could request games, but they generally request games they'd already seen on the channel. So I luck out in the fact that people don't expect me to play every new game that comes out, because man, we need to be a successful YouTuber for that. Yeah, because games are starting to get pricey, and yes, I do prefer to just bargain shop and buy my games for like 20 bucks or whatever. So yeah, but yeah, so my gaming plan this month is, well, I've been busy with Disney Dreamlight Valley, so I'm finishing the Star Path with that, and then a new one's gonna start probably pretty soon. And Lady and the Tramp characters are supposed to come out for this month's update, so looking forward to that. I'm still putzing around in Animal Crossing, so we got that going on. And then Hogwarts, I have been, I've been mainly just editing the videos, but I do need to return back to Hogwarts to finish the 100% completion on the achievements. And I was gonna do that closer to when I'm done uploading all the edited videos, because then we can finally go on like, hey guys, it's actually February, it's not me from a year ago. Right? So, because that game I completed last year. I completed it in June, so it's taken a while to edit. And so yeah, I'll probably play some of that, probably more in the middle of February. And yeah, that's pretty much my plan for this month for gaming. So yeah, and yeah, anyway, I'm gonna go, and my apologies, this video probably is over 30 minutes. Yeah, I did sidetrack a bit in this video, but I hope you enjoyed, and we'll catch you in the next one. Bye guys.